Hey everyone, this is Frank from Star Wars Autograph Collection, here with a recap of Monster Mania 24 from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is where I spent the weekend. This was their 10th anniversary. I had heard a lot of actually really good things about this show. Um, so when I saw that Bailing and Carrie Fisher were announced as attending, I decided I would go to the show. This was my first time. My second show in New Jersey. First one was Super Mega Show last June. So this was my second show in New Jersey. And if you follow the site and the announcements this week, you know that Carrie Fisher had to cancel because for health reasons, her doctor said she should take the next month off. So she wasn't there, and Bailing had to cancel last minute as well. They were replaced by Billy D. Williams and Peter Mayhew. So I went down. I had several pieces I wanted to get Billy D. Williams to sign, and I did. I wasn't sure what I wanted to get Peter Mayhew to sign. I just saw him in November. I have a few of him from the movies. I have one of him from the Clone Wars, and I looked at the holiday special. I couldn't find a good shot from the holiday special, but I did find one from um, the Muppet Show when the one that Mark Hamill was on, which when I was a kid when that came out, and I loved it. When I heard that he was going to be on, that made my entire year. So I have a real special memory with that episode and with that show in general. I love that the Muppets. I found a shot that I had printed out. It's an 8x10 at Walgreens, and the quality wasn't there. I've seen worse, definitely, but if I'm going to spend $40 on an autograph, it wasn't the quality that I wanted, so I didn't have him signed. So I didn't get anything signed by Peter Mayhew. I did talk to Zach, his from Atlantic Promotions. He who works with Peter Mayhew, so he's a great guy. So we'll be talking to him again soon. But I had three pieces signed by Billy D. Williams while I was there. The first, one of them was this shot, which I got this at Deep Roy's table in November at Super Mega Fest in Framingham, Mass. And Deep Roy signed a size Snoodles, and Billy D. Williams signed this weekend at right here as Lando. So we have to get Simon Williamson. Who else? Mark Dodson for Size Noodles, and Tim Rose of Size Noodles. If I'm able to get Michael Carter's autograph as Blue Fortuna, Michael Carter's one of those guys. I don't know if he's alive. I don't see him listed as doing any shows. I should probably know. I should probably know that already, but I don't. So we'll ask Dave Oldbury if he's still around, or if anybody knows, send me a message on Facebook. So that's one piece. So looking forward to working on that one over the next year. I'm going to see Tim Rose in November at Rhode Island Comic Con, and something tells me I want to say that Mike Quinn was also part of Size Noodles. Maybe he was involved with Size Noodles. I don't recall. If that's true, I'm going to see him in May at South Coast Toy and Comic Expo in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. And then Mark Dodson, the voice. Didn't get to meet him last year, but hopefully he'll be doing another show soon. I know he's tied up he signed a year contract that he's going to be busy for next year. So won't be probably seeing him at any conventions over the next year. Here's another piece. This is I got this at Dave Proust's table at Elstree Empire Day. You see Dave sign it. John Morton signed as Boba Fett. You should really know that in this, if you get this shot, and it's obviously a very popular shot, this best been seen is John Morton and not Jeremy Bulloch. So, if you want to get Jeremy Bulloch to sign it, of course, it's your collection, and no one can tell you how to collect. So, but just so you're aware that it's John Morton and not Jeremy Bulloch. So he signed it, and John Morton always signs at Bespin Boba. He doesn't want to take anything away from Jeremy Bulloch. And I got that Gary X from Autographs who told me that it was an interesting piece. So for May the 4th trip, I was supposed to go to Invasion Dublin, and Billy D. Williams was going to be there. I didn't make it, so I didn't make it over to that part of the trip. So I've needed Billy D since May on this piece, and now we signed. I'm calling this piece done. I'm not going to get on this one particular. I'm not going to get Jason Wingreen and James Earl Jones. I'm just it's a smaller piece. They sign pretty big. I like the way it looks, and as far as I'm concerned, that one's done. So it's a good feeling, right? This is a special piece. This third one, the last one that I got Billy D to sign, was for, this is a multi-sign piece. I got this in Barcelona for that same May the 4th trip. Paul Blake had it on his table. Paul Blake who played Greedo. One of the people who played Greedo. He had it there when I saw it. I said, I'm going to be in, Barcelona, and I'm going to, 4 shows over this trip. Wouldn't it be nice to have everyone sign that I met, and then I'd get it framed up, and it's just, something to remember that whole trip. So I didn't get everyone to sign. I have a list of everybody I met that weekend, but not everybody signed while I was overseas. So, like Gary Kagan is here, played Biggs. I didn't get his signature at Star Wars Fan Fun Day, but I did get him to sign it at Celebration 6. And then yesterday, Billy D. Williams signed it. So I kind of always, this piece I'm always, when I'm picking my shows, I'm always looking to see who was at the any of those shows that I went to last year in May, so I can try to get this piece completed. It's coming along really nicely. I'm really happy with it. I just want it to be as complete. I don't think it will ever be 100% complete, but as many as I can get from that weekend. So that was Monster Mania, and I was going to go down Friday, earlier Friday after work, but up here in Boston, Thursday night when I went to bed, they said we're going to get 2 to 3 inches of snow, and I woke up to 2 feet of snow. So I didn't leave Boston until after 7 o'clock at night. Didn't get down there till midnight, so I missed the whole the first day of the show. And yesterday, Saturday, as soon as I arrived, I got in Billy D's line because I knew he was only going to be there Saturday. So I got there first, and I'm not sure if he wasn't feeling well. He didn't come down right away, so I don't think I got in line at 10. I got his signatures at about 12, and I went back to talk to Peter Mayhew around 4:15ish, and he was Billy D's table was already packed up, and he was gone for the day. So I'm glad I went there first, because I also got 2 Billy D. Williams pieces for friends on Star Wars Autograph Collection for Paul and Robert. So I'm glad I was able to get those, help people out with their collection. I got to see Richard and his fiance. Richard is one of the guys I met at the show, Super Mega Show, last June. And yeah, I knew he had mentioned on the site he was going to be down there, so it was good to see him. And he shared with me he brought his binder, and his binder is like this: his collections. He started collecting autographs back in like 1989, late 80s. Some great candid photos, some great ones with him and with Peter Mayhew. Peter Mayhew looking young and healthy and standing up and just looking good with he had the mustache and everything. So it was great I'm so happy that he brought that book, and I was able to show me his collection. Amazing collection. I have to keep going to these shows in New Jersey because it's really good for my ego, to be honest. So when I went to the show where I met Richard, Super Mega Show, Nick came up. We were talking to Nick. He's like, "Oh, you have that Star Wars autograph site. I'm on it. I like your page." That was the first time anybody had ever recognized me at a show, so that felt good. And then this weekend, a couple people came up to me and said, "Oh, you're the guy with the Star Wars page," and one of the promoters when I gave him my business card because I wanted to get permission before I took any pictures of Peter Mayhew. Said, "Oh, I was just researching something this week, and your page is what came up with the information." So I'll be honest, I'm just like anybody else. That stuff, it's nice when you get recognized for your work. So it was a good time. I was hoping to um, get down there today, but I needed to leave and get back to Boston, so I didn't get to do anything today, unfortunately. But it was a good show. It was about 4.5 hour drive for me, but and 4 hours is pretty much my max that I'll go to, drive for a show, which gets me to Montreal, New York, Philadelphia. That's pretty much as far as I'm willing to drive for like a weekend show. Unless there's more than 4 or 5 actors from Star Wars there, then I'll go to a longer drive. But it was very worthwhile. Tons of people yesterday. It was packed, but unlike New York Comic Con, which is just so many people. This was a lot of people, but it wasn't chaotic, and people were very cool. As many people as there were, it was just a very chill atmosphere, and I appreciate that because I don't, for somebody that goes to a lot of conventions, I don't like crowds, which can be tough. But even though there were so many people, it wasn't bad. So I would definitely head back down. They do a few shows a year. And everyone I met, because I like to talk and meet people. Everyone said that the first thing they said was hey, this guy Dave puts on a good show. He's a great guy. I must have heard that from 10 different people yesterday. So by the end of the day, I believe in them because it was a really good show. So that was that. Also, when I came back home, I got back here after about 8:30 tonight. I had an autograph waiting for me from the Autograph Bounty Hunter, and this is a piece I got from the Sith signing. I just ordered this maybe a week ago, and this is from Brian Lofthouse. Did props for C-3PO. I got this because it was from L Street Empire Day. Now, Brian Lofthouse did sign that this multi-piece. I had him there, but I didn't. I do like to get the something like this if I can. And for the people at L Street, most of them I only got a signature on that multi-piece, except for Colin Skeeping because he did have a piece of him on Cloud City doing the backflip, and I had interviewed him for autographs. He was my first interview for the Recollection series. And then Ronnie Taylor also had a good shot of him behind the camera. But other than that, most of the people were in a group of shots, and George Lucas was in it. People that I'm not going to be able to complete the autograph, and I try to keep that to a minimum. If somebody's in the picture, it's not going to be complete for me unless I get a signature. So as soon as I saw this one, I thought this was a good one to have for Brian, and I'm excited to have that there. I might turn that into a multi-piece. I might get Anthony Daniels and anyone else I can find that was involved with C-3PO. I might add them to this. So it's the perfect piece to do so. So we'll see what the future holds for this one. So it was a pretty good weekend. It was I got to finish a couple pieces from Billy D, work on a couple pieces with Billy D. Williams, and coming home to that one from Mark from Autograph Bounty Hunter was very cool. I saw a few people getting autographs, and what they were doing with them afterwards kind of bothered me, just because of how important autograph collecting is for me, and as I know it is for you as well. I know people just putting them in bags and with no protection. So this is what I used to do. I'd go to a show, and I'd realize I have this autograph, and I'm going to be here for a few more hours. My car's parked, in the next city practically because there's so many people at the show. So I would buy these protective sleeves at the show, put them in. Did that for a few shows and realized, I've probably bought about 10 of these. why don't I bring them with me to the show? Yeah, it should have occurred to me earlier than that, but it did take me a few shows to do that. So you end up getting a ton of these plastic sleeves. Well, and that was okay, but I believe it was at Corey Perry and Steve Grad's autograph panel at C6. Either they said it in the panel, or somebody that was sitting next to at the panel told me about these portfolios. I have a couple. This is the 8x10. So I get, if I have autographs I want to bring with me to a show to add, like the pieces from Billy D. Williams that I wanted to add to, put them in here, bring them to the show. If I get some new 8x10s, put them in here. I just have this one book, and everything's safe. I just put it right in my bag. I did get a 9x12 as well. So I have 2 8x10s and 2 9x12s. I don't typically collect. I typically only collect 8x10s. So I have one book that just stays in my bag to go back and forth, and one for autographs that don't go into my Star Wars book, my Star Wars binder. I did have a few of the larger photos, which I didn't collect them really because I didn't have a place to put them. They didn't fit in the 8x10 things. So 8x10 books, binders, 3-ring binders. So I got this 9x12. I have one for the bag, and I have one for all my larger than 8x10 autographs. So they're great. I can't recommend them enough. And if it was Corey and Steve or whoever it was that made that recommendation, it's made collecting a lot easier for me, and I can't recommend them enough for anybody who, if you're going to get your autographs at shows, grab one of these and it makes life so much easier. All right, it's getting late out here for me. I just wanted to catch up on the weekend. Well, it was still fresh in my mind, and before I move on to the next show, because now that we're into March, the shows just come. It's not one every weekend, but it's pretty close. So I want to keep up with it. We'll have a blog out this week. Going to try to do that every week. A lot of stuff going on, especially with the Clone Wars. A lot to talk about there. So look for that. We'll have one out on Thursday. I don't know if I'm going to do one beforehand. I might do a couple this week. But that's it for now, everybody. Thanks for your support. We're getting really close to 1,000 fans. So I think we're at 971. So remember, as soon as I hit 1,000, I'm going to have that announcement. I'll be able to take that question mark down from my website and reveal what the new project is. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you all. I'm excited, and I hope you will be as well. I hope you enjoy what's in store. So that's it. Well, have a great week, everybody. May the Force be with you.